Hey everyone, this is Marbozir and welcome to another Civilization 5 Brave New World Let's Play on Deity. So, my game is all set up and ready to go already, but a few quick notes before we get started. I decided to play Assyria, because they should work quite nicely with aggressive style on Deity. They can get a free technology after conquering a city. It only works once per civilization as far as I know, but it's pretty damn good. The siege towers are also pretty damn strong and the royal library is not bad at all. I decided to play on Pangaea map because I want to avoid the situation from the previous game where I ended up in a very isolated location with only one other civilization on my entire continent. So this definitely won't happen with Pangaea. You can still get isolated start even on Pangaea, but it's much less likely compared to other map types. I will be playing on standard map size as always, and I actually decided to play on epic game speed. And this is because I want this game to be a lot more aggressive than the previous one. Well, it can't get any less aggressive than the previous one. And the game on Deity, on standard speed, is over so quickly, and the AI races through the eras so quickly that you don't really have a lot of time. So I decided to play on epic to solve that problem. I won't be playing on marathon because that makes the game a little bit too slow for my taste. But epic should make this game quite good. All the advanced settings are on default, so let's get started. I'm still leaving the AIs on random. I was considering using random personalities, but I decided not to.
Wise and illustrious King Ashurbanipal of Assyria. Across the world you are known as both a scholar and a warrior, and yet the legends represent merely a glimmer of your true ambition.
Also, one important note. This is the only start that I'm going to get. I do not restart my games just to get a better starting location and then upload whatever is best. I'm only starting this once. I'm going with whatever start I'm going to get. But this actually doesn't look too bad. I have jungle, I have river, and I have a mountain. I don't see any luxuries, which is not great, but I assume there's going to be at least one. Okay, I'm going to settle on spot. I could move to the hill though. Maybe that's not a bad idea. It would give me a location that's easier to defend if I move to the hill. So I might do it. That means I'm going to lose one turn, but it's not a big deal. Okay, I think I'm going to do it. Alright. So now I'm going to have a capital on a hill, next to a mountain and next to a river. It doesn't get much better than that. It won't be a coastal city, which is a bit unfortunate, I suppose. I have no idea if this is a lake or the actual ocean. I guess I'll find out later. Alright, so let's settle on spot. Now, I'm going to change my opener a little bit compared to my previous game, and I'm actually going with Liberty for this game. For a few reasons, not only to expand quickly and grab all the good city locations, but also because this will give me a decent production boost. Alright. I'm still researching pottery first, and I'm still going for scout first, especially on Pangaea. I might even grab 2 scouts, but we'll see about that. And I'm going to lock production, assign the style. A bit unfortunate that I don't have any tiles with 2 food and 1 hammer, but I guess I can live with that. Alright, this is fine. I do have 2 hammers on my city tile though, so that's not terrible. Let's grab the ruins. It would be nice getting some culture from the ruins, but I would have to get really lucky for that. I'm hoping to grab a decent pantheon, but I don't see a lot of anything specific just yet. There's a city-state, nice, and another ruin. So, decent start so far. I need to grab 30 gold from that city-state. Actually, do you still get 30 gold on epic speed? I have to admit, this is pretty much my first serious game on epic speed. But I definitely feel that Deity with aggressive playstyle will work better on epic speed compared to normal. I tried a few games on normal and it's over so quickly that I didn't really have a chance to get started. I had to be constantly worried about catching up to the AI and get better units, better technologies, military technologies and so on. Alright, monument next. So I will obviously grab a scientist from my Liberty finisher. I was actually thinking about getting both Liberty and Tradition, but we'll see. If I focus on culture a little bit, I might be able to fill the entire Liberty tree and still get legalism and tradition opener. I was strongly considering doing that. But it's going to depend on how much culture I can possibly get. Right, another ruin, that's nice. No neighbors yet. Do I see something here? No, that's just a weird river. I thought that's a border, but it's not. What did I get from the second ruin? Oh, I got upgraded weapons. That's actually not too bad. That means I will be able to upgrade this scout all the way, when it's otherwise not possible, so I like that. I don't really want to fight that archer, I need to explore as much as possible before someone steals. Oh, nice! Really? Cerro de Potosi again? What are the odds? What are the odds that I'm going to get Cerro de Potosi in my second game, this close to my capital? Because I already had Cerro de Potosi in my game as Shaka. And seriously, this is the only start that I'm doing. I don't reload the game to get a better starting location. So this is kind of funny. But hey, that's going to help a lot. Hopefully I can actually grab that location as fast as possible. Looks like this might be the ocean. If it is, then I should probably start a city on the coast. Then I could have a coastal city next to a mountain. I'm really happy that I got mountain next to my capital, because that means I can get an observatory, which is obviously a huge boost in the capital. Nice, that's 30 culture. So now I can get liberty. I think I'm going to go for settler first, because then I can get a small production boost from Republic. And I might steal a worker from the city-state. I've done a few test games on Deity. Sometimes I stole a worker, sometimes I didn't. It's possible with both approaches. There are pluses and there are advantages and disadvantages to both. Anyway, what do I need for luxuries? Right, calendar. I think I'm going to get archery first though. I won't have a worker just yet. And I need to reassign this. That looks fine. So I think I'm going to steal a worker from a city-state. There's a city-state fairly close to my capital. So I'll just let my warrior hang around here and wait for Hanoi to get a worker. And I'll keep exploring with my archer. No neighbors just yet, so that probably means I don't have any super close neighbor, which is obviously good. Well, I wouldn't mind having a non-aggressive neighbor. It's actually really good to have a non-aggressive neighbor, because they are very likely to send a trade route to you, which can be a really nice science boost in the early game on Deity. But if you get someone crazy like Shaka, then it's obviously not good. Right. I'm going to need a granary here, but I want to get a decent pantheon, so shrine first might be better. I need to secure a pantheon. And on Deity it can be pretty hard if you delay your shrine too much. I actually had a few situations where the AI got their religion enhanced before I could get a pantheon. They can sometimes do that super quickly. I'm not sure what kind of pantheon I'm going to get yet, but I'm sure I can get something. When in doubt, I can always go with plus 10% growth. Oh, great. Monty is my neighbor? Well, that's not good. The only worst neighbor I could possibly get would be Shaka. So I'm not happy about that, not one bit. I'll need to prepare my defenses. Like ASAP. Yesterday. This is only turn 20, but he's going to declare war on me. I have no doubts about that. Especially if he doesn't have any other neighbors. He's crazy. So, not a great start, I have to say. I need to secure this location with Cerro de Potosi as fast as possible. Another city-state, nice. I might be able to just buy a worker. Maybe. I could sell my first luxury to Monty and then buy worker as soon as I get enough money. I need to remember that luxuries are worth more on epic speed. I almost never play on epic speed, so I'm not used to luxuries being worth more in trades. I need to be careful about that. Right, calendar. For the incense, obviously. But I'll need shopping as well. Let's have a look to the south. And England is my neighbor. I don't like having England as neighbor, to be honest. They love a good backstab. I've been backstabbed by England so many times in my past games. Not necessarily on the channel, but in general. Right, so I'm going straight for the extra settler. Republic will give me extra hammer. so that's always nice. Now I can grab granary, just to get to 4 population faster, and then I'll start producing settlers as soon as I hit population 4. And Germany. Germany is usually pretty good on Deity, even if they are not very aggressive. Give me that worker. Oh, I actually got extra influence with them. Might as well pledge to protect, but that won't help me much, because I lose influence as soon as I declare war and steal their worker. But whatever. They should get that worker out pretty soon. I already made contact with quite a few AIs, so I'm not too sure if this is... Well, no one is protecting it. If someone pledges to protect that city-state, I'm not going to steal the worker, that's usually a bad idea. Yeah, England is so close to me, I will almost definitely get declaration of war from England at some point. I'm a little bit worried because their longbowman is quite strong in the early game, to say the least. And they will probably get a lot of these. Combined with Monty, this might be an interesting game. So I'll need to get my defenses up and fast. But going Liberty will help with that a little bit. Oh, there's the worker, so I hope no one pledged to protect the city yet. No, doesn't look like it. So declare war. Under of protection of me, yeah, whatever. I should have revoked it first, I guess, but whatever. Worker is mine. And it's done. So I will take a small penalty with the AIs for doing that, but that's the trade-off for getting a free worker. It's not entirely free, because again, you will get a penalty with the AIs for doing that. Because it counts as declaration of war on the city-state. But no one was protecting that city-state, so I won't get a major penalty with any specific AI, just a general penalty with all of them. So I'm not too worried about that. I got some new territory. Yeah, I have to keep it like that. So now I can build another worker and have 2, and I probably will. I don't think I'm going to find any more ruins. But hey, I got free culture from ruins. I got my scout upgraded to archer, so I'm not complaining about that. I certainly had worse games in terms of ruins. I had quite a few games with like no rewards from ruins at all. So this isn't too bad. My settlers should come soon. 13 turns. I'm probably going to get a settler in Assur before that happens, but we'll see. I still want to explore a little bit more, but I need to keep some defenses near Assur, even if he's just a regular warrior. I don't want barbarians to steal my worker or anything like that. Okay, granary is finished. I'm going to grab 1 archer and then switch to settler. So I'll just queue that settler up ASAP. Like so. But I have a feeling this is going to be a very aggressive game. Not necessarily from me, but from the AIs. Monty and England as neighbors, really not great. I'm not even that worried about Monty, but England loves trolling and backstabbing. Right, let's grab the luxury. Oh, I didn't finish calendar yet, but it will be done on the next turn. I'll just fortify on top of the worker, so that the barbarians won't steal him or anything like that. Let's have a look here. Yeah, the English capital is extremely close. This is probably it, or this. I might have to go after England first. But obviously not yet, this is only turn 38. I don't think I'm going to declare war before like turn 120, 30. I mean, remember this is epic speed, not standard. So maybe even later than that. Anyway, what do I need? I need trapping. Actually, no, I don't. I grab writing now. I don't need to get National College as fast as possible. And this time, in this game, I'm going to go for metal casting a little bit earlier than usual. I need to get workshops earlier than I usually do. And get decent production. I will need decent production if I want to have a strong army. The biggest problem on Deity that I faced in the few games that I played are the carpets of doom. The AI will always get crazy amounts of units. They will always have more units than you do, and it's pretty hard to deal with that. There's no good way to deal with that really, you just have to grind through them. Or nuke them, that's a possibility, but only in the late game, obviously. Right, I need to get started on these improvements and fast. I might actually get extra worker, but not until I get a few settlers. I'm not sure if I'm going to go for 3 city opener or 4 city opener. I have actually done 3 city opener with Liberty a few times on Deity as a test, and it worked quite well, in fact. So perhaps that's what I'm going to do here. I'll need to think about it after I finish this part, so we'll see. And just to be clear, I do not record like the entire game in advance, just to make sure I'm going to win and then start posting into YouTube. I record first part and then upload it, so I give you no guarantee that I'm actually going to win this game. I might actually lose it. If you watched some of my older Let's Plays, then you might know that I did actually lose 2 games on the channel. So, again, I give no guarantees that I'm going to win this. In fact, if this is going to be a domination game on DT, I would say it's more likely that I'm going to lose it. Anyway, Pantheon. Now I need to decide on Pantheon, and I'm not quite sure what to go with. I think most Pantheons are still available. Let's have a look at Religion Overview. No. Plus 30% range combat strength increase is gone, and plus 1 culture from jungle tiles is gone. Yeah, I would love to get plus 1 culture from jungle, but I guess I'll have to pass on that because it's not available anymore. So I need to think about what I want to get. The only resource-based Pantheon that I might go for or could go for is Oral Tradition. I have some plantations nearby, but I don't think this is enough to justify getting Oral Tradition. One thing that I tried on some of my DT games was God of Craftsmen for plus 1 production in cities with population of 3+. This stacks quite nicely with Republic, that also gives you plus 1 production in cities. So that's plus 2 hammers in cities with population 3. 2 hammers might not seem like much, but it's actually quite a lot in the early game. And this is epic speed, so I might go for Gods of Craftsmen. And if not, I could always decide to go for Fertility Rites. You can't really go wrong with Fertility Rites, especially with no Tradition Opener or delayed Tradition Opener. But I'm going to think about that before part 2, so if you have any input, feel free to post it below. For now, this part is done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.